Welcome back to today's video, guys. Today I'm going to be showing 21 PLL algorithms. So first, let's start with the adjacent corner swap algorithms. First is AA perm. So for the recognition, these two corners are solved and there should be a block right here, and hold it so that the whole block is matched with its color, and hold it so that the two solved corners are in the back, and do X R prime U R prime D2 R U prime R prime D2 R2. Now I was showing with the proper finger tricks, and so in this way this algorithm can be done in the fastest way. Now AB perm. It's the same recognition with these two solved, but for this it's the same algorithm but from the left side. So instead of doing this, we'll do a little different algorithm which is faster with the optimal finger tricks. Hold it so that the block is same like this and the two solved corners are on the right, and do X R2 D2 R U R prime D2 R U prime R. Now for F, this whole side is solved, and in all the other ones nothing else except for this edge is solved. So hold the solved color on the left and hold it always with home grip, which is the two thumbs should be on front and the other fingers here, and R prime U prime, and the pinch move F prime R U R prime, slight regrip U prime R prime F R2 U prime R prime U prime R U R prime U R. Some of the algorithm was a little bit variation of the T perm, which I will also show later on. Now for the G perms, so let's start with the GA perm. So for the recognition, these two are solved and we have these two colors which are the same color and nothing else looks the same. And hold the two solved corners on the left and do this algorithm. First, do a slight regrip, or you can do rolling, which looks like this. Or you can just do a slight regrip like this in the R2. I prefer to do it with a bit of rolling, like R2 U R prime U R prime U prime R U prime R2 U prime D R prime U R D prime. And now for the GB perm. For the recognition, these two are solved and these two are opposite. Hold it on the left, and here you will see that these two are same and these two are opposite. So hold that on the right side and do R prime U prime R U and D. So do them at the same time like this. Now for this R2, we will do it rolling too. R2 U R prime U R U prime. Now with the fingers that are down, do an R U prime R2 D prime. D and D prime will be done with the ring fingers for the best finger tricks. Now for the GC perm. For the recognition, these two are adjacent colors and these two are solved. So it will be the same as the first GA perm, but this time instead of the same color pieces being here, they'll be in the back, and hold them on the back. For this, I don't like doing rolling And so I'll just do a slight regrip and do R2 prime, U prime, R, U prime, R, U, R, U. Now I like to do a rolling here again, R2, U, D prime at the same time, R, U prime, R prime, D prime. Now for the GD perm. This is the same as the second G perm, the GB perm, but instead of the same color pieces being here, they'll be here and these two will be opposite. Hold the two solved corners on the left and do R, U, R prime. Now U prime and D at the same time, R2 rolling, U prime, R, U prime, R, U. Now this time turn it down for the R prime, U. You can do a glide turn like this, or you can keep your index finger there and do the U, R2 rolling and D prime. Now for the T perm. For recognition, these two will be opposite and these two will be solved, and these two will be solved, and in the back also these two will be solved. So basically these two edges and these two corners need to swap around. So for that, hold it so that the solved two are on the left and do R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. So for this, just do this pinch F prime move for the best finger tricks. And now for the JA perm. For this case, many people use this algorithm, but I just don't like that algorithm as much as this. So I will show that algorithm which I use instead. This entire layer will be solved and these two will also be solved, and these two will be the same color and these two will also be the same color. So basically this and this need to swap around. So for that, do X, R2, F, R, F prime, R, U2. Now do this R wide prime with the same home grip, U drag, R and U2. If you don't know how to read the notation that is visible there, feel free to check out my notation video. Now for the JB perm. It's basically the mirror of the JA perm. For this, it's the same, this entire color solved, and this time these two are solved, and these two need to swap around. So for that, hold the solved layer other than white and yellow on the left and do R, U, R prime, F prime drag, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime. So now for the RA perm. For recognition, these two will be adjacent and these two will be solved, and for this, it's almost like the T perm for the recognition where these two are solved, but in the back, this edge is not solved. So hold it so that this edge in between the corners is matching with its center like this, and do R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R, D, R prime, U prime, R, D prime, R prime, U2, R prime. Oh no, wrong AUF. Now for the RB perm. For the recognition, Match the edge in between the corners to the same color, and this time hold the two solved corners in the front, and on the left side these two should be the same color and nothing else should be solved except for this one corner. So hold it. So now R prime, U2, R, U2, R prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime. Now here you can either do a soft regrip or you can continue like this and do R prime, F prime and R2. Now for the diagonal corner swap algorithms. So first let's start with the EPERM. For recognition, all the edges should be solved but all the corners need to be swapped around. For this, you need to hold it in a particular way so that you don't get a hedge-pump, which I will show how it looks later on. So if you hold it in such a way that this color and this color are the same, then if you do this algorithm, you will get a hedge pump which looks like this. But if you hold it in such a way that this color and this color are opposite, or this color and this color are opposite, then you will not get a hedge pump. So hold it like that and do X prime, R, U, R prime, D, R, U, R prime, D prime, R, U, R prime, D, R, U prime, R prime, D prime. With some practice, this algorithm will become pretty fast, but personally this is one of my least favorite algorithms and many people think of it as their least favorite algorithm too. Now let's get on to the NA perm. This algorithm is just nah because it has an entire J perm in it. But still, it's one of the best algorithms for this case. So for recognition, for this case, it's a very easy recognition. Basically, the same color, the same color, the same color and the same color. Basically, the two pieces on the right side will be the same color. And hold it either way like this and do R, U, R prime, U. Now the J perm. R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime. After the J pump, we just undo the moves so that we can get the spare back in. U2, R, U prime, R prime. Now for the NB perm. This is my least favorite algorithm, but still it exists. And that's my only problem. So let's get on with it. For recognition, this time instead of the two solved pieces being on the right, they'll be on the left. Same color, same color, same color and same color. And hold it either way like this. And now for this case, do a regrip. R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, U prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U prime. For this part, you can either do an F wide and insert it, or you can do a B, U, B prime insert, or you can either do the way I do it, which is F wide, R and F wide prime. So now we'll go to the V perm. For recognition, this huge block will be solved and everything else needs to be swapped around. So hold the solved block like this, and these two should be opposite, and these two should be opposite. So hold it like this, and I like to do a regrip here for the best execution. R prime, U, R prime, U prime, R, D prime, R prime, D, R prime. Here you can again do a regrip, or you can just do it like this, which is how I do it. U and D prime at the same time, R2, U prime, R2 prime, D and R2. And now for the Y perm. For recognition, it looks like the V perm, but the corners are flipped around a bit. Instead of it being solved like this, these two will be solved and these two will be solved. So hold the middle opposite corner so that the other solved pieces are here, and do F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, and a pinch F prime. Now for the edges only algorithms. First, let's start with the UA perm. For recognition, an entire layer will be solved and all the other corners will also be solved. So for this, hold the solved layer in front, but this is the small difference between the UA and the UB perm. For the UA perm, the opposite edge will be on the left. So basically this edge needs to go there. So you do this algorithm when the opposite edge is on the left, and do M2, U, M prime, U2, M, U, M2. Now for the UB perm. For this case, the opposite edge will be on the right side and everything else will be the same as the U perm other than that. So let's do the algorithm for the UB perm. M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M, U prime, M2. Now for the H perm, which I talked about for the previous E perm. For recognition, all the corners will be solved, but no other layer other than white and yellow will be solved. So you can hold it either way like this because it doesn't matter, and each edge needs to be solved with its opposite color. Like this green edge needs to go here and this blue edge needs to go there, and same for the other two. So what I am showing you is for the best execution and fastest execution. M2, U prime, M2, U2 prime, M2, U prime, M2. Now for the Z perm or the Z perm. For this case, the recognition is easy. The adjacent edges need to be swapped. Like this needs to go there and that needs to go there. Or this needs to go there and that needs to go there. Many people show the algorithm like this, but I like to do this algorithm from here. Hold it so that these two edges will be solved and these two need to be swapped. So do M prime, U prime, M2, U prime, M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M2. That's it for this video. And if you don't agree with any of the algorithms, put your algorithms down in the comments and comment if I need to make another video where I show other notable algorithms. So if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe.